Before wasting your time, we are going to share top 5 best fitness trackers. Number 5 on the list is Fitbit Charge 5. We reckon that the Charge 5 is the best Fitbit for most people. If you have your heart set on a Fitbit, you just have to decide whether you'd prefer this or the bigger, more expensive Fitbit Sense. This model is much smaller. It's a band, not a watch. And you don't get the downloadable apps available on Fitbit's Versa and Sense like Spotify, for example. If you want to go for a run and listen to music, you'll have to use your phone if you're using a Charge 5. However, the sheer amount of stuff Fitbit packs into the Charge 5 is impressive. It has full GPS for phone-free route tracking. It has the ETA stress sensor Fitbit introduced in the Sense watch, and even an ECG sensor. This analyzes your heart rhythm to check for abnormalities, using hardware completely separate from the optical heart rate reader on the back. It's rare to see a fitness tracker this small that is so comprehensive in the stats it can gather, and Fitbit's sleep tracking is among the best around. However, to see the Fitbit Charge 5 at its full strength, you'll need to sign up for Fitbit Premium. It costs $9.99, £7.99 a month, and the watch includes a 6-month trial. While a Charge 5 works fine without it, fitness plans and even blood oxygenation readings sit behind this paywall. Number 4 on the list is Fitbit Sense. The Fitbit Sense is our favorite model from Fitbit, thanks to its combination of features and sleek AMOLED display. It's relatively well priced too, regularly discounted to $229.95, £219. While you won't get all the high-end features found on Garmin watches, there's no downloadable maps and the GPS functionality isn't as impressive, you do have some other tasty extras, such as the ETA scanner. This measures stress by basically reading how sweaty your hands are. If the model senses that you're feeling hassled, it will suggest some meditation practices. The watch also comes with an ECG scanner, which offers some insight into your heart health and will give you alerts if your heart rate is unusually high or low. When we tested it out, we found that the heart rate monitor was fairly accurate when compared to the Apple Watch Series 7 model. Like a lot of other modern wearables, the Sense has a daily readiness score that guides you on how much you should push yourself at the gym. Been working out too much and not sleeping enough? It's likely the tracker will tell you to skip exercise and rest for the day. This score adapts as the tracker gets accustomed to your patterns. We like the overall design of the watch too. It's not so clunky that it feels uncomfortable to wear during sleep. The large screen makes the display easy to read, even in sunlight, and we were impressed by the 6-day battery life. Our only real issue with the tracker is that it doesn't allow you to download and listen to music unless you're specifically using the Deezer or Pandora app. Number 3 on the list is Garmin Fenix 7. The Garmin Epix 2 is much like the Fenix 7, but it swaps that watch's practical but dated-looking MIP screen for a much brighter, sharper and prettier OLED. It adds color and gloss, perfect if you want a serious fitness tracker with a smartwatch-style sheen. None of the core features are traded away. The Epix 2 software still has best-in-class depth and breadth, particularly handy for use without a phone. Downloadable maps, the ability to program routes on the watch itself, and sync music to its internal storage. These make the Epix 2 feel more like a fitness computer than other trackers. Like other top-end Garmins, you can download additional apps too, although the library is limited. Should you buy this over the Fenix 7? It's a bit nicer to use indoors, when just acting as a watch or giving you structured workout instructions in the gym. There is a battery life sacrifice, though. The watch lasts around 6 days with the screen lit the whole time. This rockets to 16 days in the mode that only lights the display when in use, but the Garmin Epix 2 just isn't as enjoyable to use like this. We're not going to complain too much about roughly a week between charges when that's the best Fitbit offers, and it is leagues ahead of the Apple Watch. Cost is the only major issue here, with a starting price a lot higher than the Fenix 7. It's tricky to justify when much cheaper watches have OLED displays that look just as good. Still, it's a killer fitness tracker if you have the money to spend. Number 2 on the list is Garmin Fenix 7. The Garmin Fenix 7 is the best fitness tracker to get if you want the most comprehensive set of built-in exercise features available. These stand out when you bring other hardware into the mix. The Fenix 7 series can connect to heart rate straps and foot pods, bike turbo trainers, and even Garmin's bike lights. You can download continents worth of maps to the watch's internal memory and plan hike, bike and run routes, so you can leave your phone at home. It lets you download music and podcasts from some of the most popular music services, including Spotify and Deezer. And the MIP screen only becomes clearer in bright sunlight, so tracked outdoor sessions won't kill the long-lasting battery. Its heart rate and GPS accuracy are great, and the presentation of stats like training load and VO2 max seems tailored for the fitness enthusiast. A Garmin Fenix 7 may be a bit much if you just want to track 5 kilometers runs a couple of times a week. It's not light, and it's not cheap. The bulk isn't ideal for sleep tracking, so consider Garmin's Versa 2 if you like the sound of Garmin's style but would prefer something smaller. That said, Garmin's watches are less intimidating than they once were. The Fenix 7 has a touchscreen, and a quick swipe up from the watch face gives you a neat rundown of all your important daily stats. It has encyclopedic features, but works well for casual all-day tracking too. Number 1 on the list is Apple Watch Series 7. The Apple Watch Series 7 is generally considered the default smartwatch, the obvious choice, if you have the money to spend. That risks glossing over what makes it so special. This is the only watch series that has a committed enough following to foster a truly vibrant app scene. Digging around in the App Store to find fresh yoga, mindfulness and gym apps is actually worthwhile, although if you are happy to pay a subscription and like working out from home, do check out Apple's own Fitness Plus service. It plays video workouts on your TV or iPad, with on-screen stats recorded by the watch. The Apple Watch Series 7's heart rate accuracy is also best in class, and its onboard GPS is reliable too. Apple's baked-in fitness software is well suited to casual fitness fans, while the near-peerless support for third-party platforms means the hardcore exercisers are catered for too. There's only one big drawback, which is battery life. You need to charge an Apple Watch Series 7 every day or every other day. This is far more upkeep than a fitness tracker that is not also a smartwatch. Many people will prefer living with a watch that does less but lasts longer between charges. The most advanced Apple Watch features powerful health innovations like sensors and apps to measure your blood oxygen and take an ECG. The larger, always-on Retina display makes it easier to use and read. The most durable Apple Watch charges faster so you can get going quicker.